FCS parents? Hopefully you guys have had a great week. Coming to you from home right now because we're all social distancing and everything going on. So far, things are going pretty well in terms of the academics at Fairfield Christian School, I have to say. Obviously not an ideal situation. The ideal situation would be we'd have students in the classroom and we have direct instruction going on. But for the hand we've been dealt, I do have to say things are going pretty well. Big shout out to our teachers and our staff who have gone above and beyond to make sure this has been as smooth a transition as possible and have been making sure that students are continuing to get content, curriculum, and support so that they can move forward with their education. And it is so important that students move forward in their education. As I talked about last week, any pause in their education is actually losing ground. We have to make sure they're continuing to learn and continuing to grow throughout this process. Teachers have been going, like I said, above and beyond, making sure that everything they're doing is supporting the students, and these guys are available all the time. In fact, anytime I ask them of something, they are all on top of it, giving me usually more than I even expected. So again, they're doing a great job. And I do have lots of friends that are in education, whether they're teachers in the classroom or work at the district level. I've been talking to a lot of different people, and I will say that our school, compared to other schools in the area, is very well positioned. In fact, of any school I've heard of so far, we have the best program going right now in terms of students being at home doing distance learning. One friend of mine who works at a local public school actually said much of what he has seen from the public schools has been really a joke. It's been kind of laughable. They haven't been providing any real content for students. Most of it's just been busy work that they've been sending home. I will say we are providing definite, rigorous content and curriculum. Obviously, again, probably not as good as what they would get in the classroom, but we have real content going home. Students are doing real work. There's real learning taking place. I've seen it in the evidence of the things that have been turned in, the things that we have seen that students write, the things that students have engaged with, and students are doing a great job. And almost all of our students have fully engaged in this process. That's also not taking place in public schools. In fact, the statistics I heard coming out of Los Angeles County is that almost half of students in Los Angeles County have either had no engagement or very little engagement with any sort of schoolwork. And it's very unofficial numbers, but in the people I've talked to around the area, that's about the same in our own area. A lot of students in the public schools are not engaging because there's nothing to engage with. So again, I feel we've done a very good job of providing lots of content and curriculum for students. And again, students are going to be very well prepared. That's the whole point at this point, is to get students prepared for next school year when they can be back in the classroom and we can once again engage them with direct instruction. We don't want them falling behind in terms of their education. And so the more that they can do now, the better off they're going to be moving into next year. So big round of applause to all of our teachers and staff. They're doing great. If you get a chance to give them a word of encouragement, please do so. I know this whole situation has been tough on a lot of people. We are definitely praying for all of you guys, but definitely pray for us as well. I'm not going to get into any details or anything, but we have some staff members that are going through some personal things right now because of this whole situation. So definitely pray for our staff, pray for our teachers, and that we can all get through this healthy, that we can get through this safe, and yet at the same time, do whatever God needs us to do to move his kingdom forward. I don't know what God's doing in terms of resetting our culture and our society right now through all this, but he's definitely up to something. So whatever it is, just continue to pray with us that we'll all be in the center of his will as we all move forward. I know a lot of you have probably been watching the news over the last few days, hearing a lot of the word coming out from the state about schools. 2 days ago, Tony Thurmond, who is the state superintendent of education, he announced that he did not foresee schools restarting again the rest of this school year. Yesterday, the governor echoed those same sorts of ideas. So at this point, we have not made an official declaration yet, but I want you guys to be prepared that we may not be reconvening on campus for the rest of this school year. Again, there's a lot of factors that will determine that, but I am talking to Solano County Board of Education. They're getting their information from Solano Public Health, and we're going to do whatever is the best thing for our students and our community as well. So again, we have not made an official declaration, but I would highly advise you as parents to be prepared that students will not be allowed to come back on campus the rest of this school year. Obviously, our school year ends a little bit earlier even than the public schools do. We are out by May 19th. So that's actually coming very quickly. I believe there's only 6 weeks left in that. So school year's almost over. In terms of timing, if there was going to be a school closure like this, the fact that it comes at the end of the year is probably the best. We've had 3 good quarters of being able to put a lot of good information into students and helping them grow and progress. And now we're still providing that with content and curriculum. Obviously, they're doing that a little bit more individually at this point at home, but hopefully they're to a point where they can still grasp what we've been giving them and they can continue to grow and move forward. And I know, again, teachers are there to help with that whole process. I just continue to pray that whatever God is doing, that His will be fully expressed in everything that's taking place right now. So again, we haven't made an official declaration yet about that. We will not be opening the rest of the school year, but be prepared for that to be the scenario that we're following. As it is, even now with the current shelter in place, we're not expected to come back to school until May 4th, but again, that may extend through the rest of the school year, depending on the information we get from various sources. All right, I think I'll leave it at that right now. Be prepared for another chapel video to go out tomorrow. We enjoyed doing that. I got a lot of good feedback from you as parents last week for that chapel video. Make sure you check that out again tomorrow when we put that out, probably some point tomorrow morning. In fact, we're working on that pretty diligently right now. It's going to be a good one. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Stay in communication with us. If you have any questions, you can call us, you can email us, and we'll try to get back to you as quickly as we can. Hang in there. Hang in there with us. I know this is not what anybody planned, but it didn't take God by surprise. So we just have to lean into Him, know that He has everything in control, and know that we have nothing to really worry about because He's the King of everything. All right, you guys have a fantastic week. God bless.